Oh, look, I get a message that says I'm live. Why am I getting a notification that I'm live? I don't get that. Don't get any notifications I do want, but the ones I don't care about. Come through. Oh, well, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Well, everybody's heading to Murph. Probably nobody even here to watch my stream now that I'm streaming. Huh. So I've been playing, and the Flappy Hawk is all printed. And I'm not going to build it on live stream again because I actually want to do it and edit it and not be distracted and make a proper instructional video on building it. Not that anyone really needs it, but this is all made out of Snow Labs black, whatever that word is. I can never say that word. Amanith, whatever you call it. It's like a deep dark purple with small silver specks in it. It's very, very similar to Protopasta's Galactic Empire, I think it is, the purple one. I like it a little better. It's less speckly. Less speckly. So there is that. Everything is printed. It came out pretty decent. Did notice some stringing and some stuff when I was printing the body. The wings came out smashing, not any stringing or anything. I haven't touched these. I haven't cleaned them or done anything other than to get the blue tape off of them. I guess I didn't get it all because there's a piece of blue tape on it. That's weird. Thought I got it all off of there. But anyway. Yep. Uh-oh. Somebody just broke a glass. Heard that crashing. They're still moving. There's chairs being moved around, so I'm not too concerned. Didn't hear any yelling or screaming. So there's that. Flappy Hawk. I also, today, started playing with Linear Advance 1.5 on Frown King with mixed success. It's definitely printing even better. I did notice that this stuff, it's weird. I have a feeling I'm burning this at like 220, 230, even with the 35, I think. I kicked it down to 215 and it started skipping this morning. I'm not happy about. Extruder started skipping. So I did the Linear Advanced and changed some settings, and that seems to be helping it. Then printed some other materials, did the whole Linear Advanced settings, and then printed some clear so I could make, I don't know if you can see them because the light's going to shine everything up, but there's some clear brackets holding that light on. And I did have them Velcroed up there, but for some reason, like every 2 or 3 days, the Velcro would let go and the light would just drop for no apparent reason. And I was planning on putting that up there like that anyways. I was actually going to put a whole shade in front of it, and I still might. But those little LEDs are, I buy them in packages. The 2 foot are like $15 for 3 of them. And they come with a little metal bracket that you normally use, but obviously that wouldn't work there. So I 3D printed a snap-on bracket for them, and it seems to be working. I didn't actually think it was going to be strong enough because I made it really thin. So there's that, and I think I'm actually going to redesign it to use. There's actually a light right here behind my television monitory thing that's set into the cabinet that is using one of their clips. Problem is it's kind of dangling on it. It's only got one because it's a real pain to get behind there. And I think I'm going to redesign that clip so I can snap it over the skirt in the cabinet, still holding the light up and inside, but I can snap it from the outside to mount it. I don't have to try and get into the cabinet and screw backwards to hold the light up. So that'll be my next little project. Then I also need to finish the saw grip. Wherever it went. I thought I brought it up here. Did bring it up here. Which I haven't really updated anything on yet, but this is the handle on my sliding miter box. And it doesn't fit well. I shouldn't say that. It fits better than I actually expected it to for our first shot. But I got the little jog and the trigger backwards. It's supposed to be in the front, not the back. I don't know what I was thinking when I put it in there. The holes are close, but they're not exact. And this arc isn't smooth, which I knew it wasn't. It's not. I'm gonna say it's supposed to be more round instead of watermelon shaped. Does that make sense? Egg shaped. And there's that. So that's what's going on. And I'm not going to MRRF. Why? Everyone's going to MRRF. I keep seeing tweets and Facebook posts and everything about MRRF, and I'm not going. Oh well, next year. So instead, I'm going to stream for half an hour, and have a rum and coke. A weak one. I'll make it very weak. Probably not as weak as even I wanted it to, but that's all right. And mini Coke. I like these mini sodas. They keep me from drinking too much soda because I can drink way too much soda. Yeah, look. Nice 10 stirring. It's got alcohol in it. It'll sterilize it, right? A couple of germs are good for your immune system. It's pretty good, yeah. Perfect. Not too weak, not too strong. So there is that. What's up, Minnesota? This is a Sam's Club, so it either came from Walmart, I think. They all have them now. I don't buy them normally because they're ridiculously expensive. It's usually more money for a 6-pack of these than it is for a regular 6-pack. But every once in a while they go on sale. And I think I got these at Walmart for $1.50 for a 6-pack. And it's worth it. I mean, it's kind of a waste because of the little can and everything. But I'm trying to get rid of this thing. It's not really that big. I'm not quite that fat yet, but I'm getting there. I'm the heaviest I've been since I broke my neck, so it is time to. The weather's getting better. Actually, I have the window open right now, very slightly cracked. It's getting a little chilly out now. It's 42 degrees out now. I got the heat off and the window cracked. Let some fresh air But yeah, I think I got those from Walmart. Everywhere's got them now. Every grocery store around here has them. You can get them at, I don't know what you have around you. You have BJ's and those kind of warehouse places. They carry it. The half cans. I don't even know what they are. What are they? 8 ounces? Yeah, 8 fluid ounces. They're the perfect rum and coke size. They have the even smaller ones, the 6 ounce ones, like you used to get on. You ever took a cruise, or you go down to Florida and you go down to like the Keys and you hit the tiki bars and all that stuff down in Key West. They had the little 6 ounce ones. Those are too small. Although that's really all I needed because there's probably 2 ounces left. Which that'll just top it off. What is up, 3D Medic? Ints. Aren't you guys going to Murph? I thought you guys were going to Murph. Well, you live kind of closer, so you're not leaving today. Everyone's kind of already there, which is kind of early. Although tonight is IC3D's thing, isn't it? I think that's actually tonight. What's up, Rover? Not positive, but I'm pretty sure IC3D's little get together is tonight, not tomorrow night. I was thinking it was Friday night. I'm pretty sure it's actually tonight. When I had to print a new one of these, a little shield here, I hit it really hard by accident and it broke. And I actually think the clamp up here, you can't, here you go, the clamp that holds it together. I had done it with really thin shell. I only done 2 shell and like 10% infill. It actually made this clamp hollow on the original one. So I hit it hard and it broke. So I printed a new one and I did it like, I don't know, 3 shells with 40% infill or something like that. It took like 8 hours to print the freaking thing. And it didn't come out great because I didn't line up the seam. So you can see right here, it seamed out on me here a little bit. But that's one in life. It's just a stupid guard. Yeah, I thought that was an open invitation, but I guess it was by invite only. I was going anyways because I was going with someone who was invited if I was going. I was traveling with. And actually, I don't think he even left yet. He was going to leave from Long Island and pick me up on the way and then go. He was originally planning on leaving Tuesday or Wednesday and just taking our time and driving for the whole week, basically. Because you got to go to IC3D, and then I guess it's another 4 or 5 hours from IC3Ds to Goshen. But a lot of people are already there in Goshen. JT and a couple other guys are already posting pictures from there. Oh, that would suck. Forgot about that. I saw that. Dude, that looks like how the hell did you open that up after it was leaking to see what was wrong, or was that how it got opened up? How did the cap get ripped off like that? It looks like somebody went up there and physically tore it up, that roof. Now the little hole down the roof a little bit, that looks like squirrels. I've seen that. I don't know what you have for critters around where you are, but around here we get squirrels that'll do that. If you get a loose shingle, the shingle's even loose, but wobbles a little bit, and they know it's loose, they'll tear into it and dig into it and try and get into the house, especially in the cold weather. You'll end up with squirrels in your attic. It's like common around here. They'll tear right through the roof. They don't care. They'll rip right through the shingles and chew through the plywood. Yeah, but that shouldn't rip that off like that. I mean, usually when you get wind damage like that, you don't have all the scraps around it. That roof doesn't look all that bad either. I mean, it doesn't look like it's, except that it is 3-tab, which I don't think anybody in the country still uses. I actually had to pay extra for 3-tab over architectural ones now in this area. Nobody uses 3 tabs, so to get a 3 tab is a special order. I had to do a patch, I don't know, 6 months, a year ago, last summer, so 6, 9 months ago. And I had to order some 3 tabs. No one carries them. It cost me more per bundle than regular architecturals did. You know, the cheap architecturals, layer and a halfers. I'm assuming that's 3 tab from the looks of it. Did you put some tar paper or something over it? I hope. Stop the leak. I mean, that upper part, you could just recap it. You did that roof 11, 12 years ago? So it's not old. I mean, those are 25, 30-year shingles. You just didn't nail them right, did you? You were a bad boy and didn't nail them in the nailing line. And didn't cap it proper. Although that's all different depending on your location in the country. Yeah. They have a new, like, Tyvek tar paper, which seems more expensive because it's like $80 for the roll instead of regular, 15, $20 for a roll of tar paper. But it's like 3,000 feet, not 50 feet. It's like $85. What's up, Robbie Mac? It I like it a lot. And the cool thing is my brother loves it because I did my brother's house last summer with it. Um, so I was doing it on the weekend, so I used that stuff to coat the whole roof. And it's to the weather for 90 days instead of tar paper, which is you leave it more than a week or two and it starts getting crispy, especially in the sun. Um, yeah, 5 nails. We're actually 6 here. One on each end, two on each segment in the middle. That's just hurricane standard. 4 is inland, 100 miles inland from the shore, which is nowhere in Connecticut because Connecticut's only 90 miles wide. So everything needs hurricane nailing in Connecticut. It's 6 nails, and then it's 4 or 5 as you go inland. And then you get up into Vermont, and they need 6 because they need it for the ice tear off. It gets caught in the ice and tears it off, and everyone's got a metal up there. I'm not a big, I don't know. The metal's nice. You just folded the ridge. Need to put an actual ridge cap on. That's why it blew off. You can actually ridge vent that now. It's already got the hole there. And they say ridge vent, you can't ridge vent if you got end cable vents. You can still ridge vent. It's not as effective as having, proper soffit vents and ridge vent when you have the two end vents. But the more gable vents are not enough, and the more ventilation you can have, the better it's going to work. I don't care what anyone says. If you can move air through there, it's gonna cool. Yeah, I used to have gable vents. I mean, you're better off having soffit vents than a ridge vent. That's your proper, because then the air flows up the roof line. You can have gable vents and put a ridge vent on. It doesn't. Don't let anyone tell you it hurts anything. It's just not as effective. But you still need to cap it. A fold over, you need to cap it proper. folding it over. That's what happened. And she folded it over. Not enough nails there, basically. But that's all right. That lower one, I swear to God, dude, that lower one, you may have had a critter digging at it, and the wind just caught the hole they had made. That lower one does not look like wind damage. That looks like critter damage because it's dug into the plywood and everything. Yeah, you don't have to tell them. You just folded it either. You say, I don't know, it blew off. It was there. Most of the insurance inspectors don't know what to look for, anyways. They just go up there and say, yeah, there's a big hole in the roof. Let's fix it. Most of those inspectors have no clue what they're looking at or how to fix it or what it does. They just go by the paperwork they're fed. Yeah, so if I could do it again right now, I would probably do folded seam steel with foam underneath. It's got to have the foam underneath. Don't do it bare onto the plywood. Oh my God, no. You have to put at least a freaking quarter-inch foam underneath, if not a half-inch, just for the sound. You put a steel roof down and you put it directly on the plywood every time it rains, you're gonna be up all night. Yeah, that's a minor fix, dude. That's like take me longer to get up there and set up ladders and everything it does to actually patch it. That's an easy patch. Couple of flat bars and some shingles, and the only thing I would do is where it's bare to the plywood. I would tear out the rotten shingles. I would actually slide a aluminum sheet up under there, and then roof over that. Instead of trying to slide plywood and everything up in there, because you'll never get a patch to sit right. Every time you lift the shingle above, especially now that they're 10 years old, and break that seal, you'll never get a perfect seal again. I mean, it'll seal. It's just a precaution. I always put the aluminum flashing under it. That way you can slide it right in. It's stiff enough and thin enough. You can slide it. You know, you pull the nails and you can slide it way up and underneath. That way any snow or ice or anything that backs up isn't going anywhere. Which is unusual. A lot of people don't do that. Most people just pop the nails and pop the shingles and slide some tar paper on and then re-roof it. Roofing's not hard. It's just hard. It's miserable work. I used to love it when I was younger. It was good exercise. I loved roofing. Every spring and every fall, that was a thing to do. Like right around now, you start mid March, at least up here. That's when it's like 30s and 40s during the day, and that's what you want. What's up, Jake? Maddie Jake. Yeah, roofing right now is key because it was like 45 degrees. Excuse me, soda burps. It's like 45 degrees out, but you get up on a roof where the sun's beating on the roof. It's like 75, 80. You're up there in shorts and a t-shirt catching a tan. I used to love it. I'd be fully tanned by like mid-April. Everyone else is just starting to go out. I'm already out in shorts and t-shirts and fully tanned by mid-April. It's probably going to be less than that. I mean, they might. I don't know. $1,000 deductible. Wow. Well, you can get the bid, take the money. I'm assuming you gotta have people there to bid on it, or is the insurance adjuster just gonna give you a flat rate? Most of the time, they want estimates from roofers. Get your 3 estimates, find out how much it is. It's $1,000 deductible. They say it's $1,200, $1,500. Take the $500 and do it your damn self. Nothing insurance can do about that. Especially if it's your sister's house and you're not living there. She can say she just paid you the she paid you $1,500. Yeah, it's a little above and beyond Flex Seal. Although it's actually, it's not a bad idea to spray that down, like open it up, get the patch prepped so you're ready to flash. Put that stuff down before you paper or anything. Bet that crap, I know that crap works. I mean, like anything on TV like that, it doesn't work as great as they say it does, but it does work. I have used it. We just I did a big roof this fall, a huge corporate roof in New York City. And we put that roll out silicone crap on an old roof, and I did not believe it was going to work. I'd never done that crap before. I mean, I've done roll out patch before, like they put on. I don't know if you ever seen that silver crap they put on worn out mobile homes. That stuff never. It was just like regular paint with some silicone mixed into it. This was like pure silicone. You roll it out and you put it down in 2 layers, and each layer is a different color, so you know you're getting it on there. And that stuff goes on thick. And Flex Seal is almost the same crap. And I'll tell you what, it worked. I could not believe it. I mean, there was a lot of prep work. There was a day and a half of prep work. There was only 2 days rolling that whole roof out, and it was, oh god, it was huge. See, it was about 100. The first leg was 100 foot by 60 foot, I think. And the second leg was 300 feet by 65 feet. It was like L shaped with skylights and all kinds of crap. And we did all the skylights and everything with it. Rolled this crap onto it, and it just sealed it right up. Couldn't believe it. Anywhere there's actual rips or tears, it's got a special like fiberglass reinforced patch that you put on first, and then roll this crap over it. It worked great. I couldn't believe it. Now, how long it lasts, I don't know, but I was really surprised at how rubbery it was. Most of that stuff is kind of like tar. It hits the sun and it gets dry and it starts orange, peely looking, and not this stuff. We went up 2 months later and checked it out. Did a 2 month inspection to make sure everything was good. And it looked like the day we rolled it out, it was all dirty with bird crap. 4 rolls of duct tape. The phone line? Yeah, insulation. Let somebody else play with that then. Don't want to deal with the fiberglass insulation ever again. God, if I never have to touch insulation again, I'll be happy. When I go to do my garage, I'm thinking I'm going to start doing it soon. I'm going to buy the spray foam big cans. I don't care if it takes me 10 years to do it. It's like $100 now for the two propane tank cans, basically, is what they are, same size. You get two of them, one with A, one with B, and you mix them together, and it goes like, I don't know, 10 feet of the wall. That's all it does for the 100 and some odd dollars. So I don't care. I am not touching fiberglass ever again. That stuff's nasty. I swear to God, that's half my lung problems. That ain't no better than asbestos. Yeah, Flex Seal, I've used it and it's not bad. I like it for. I've actually used it a couple times when you do the vent pipe seal. Because normally you put like a ball of tar on there, and then squeeze the seal down so it oozes up around it. But that doesn't last. It always gets dry rotted and crappy. We didn't have any tar, and some guy had a can of that Flex Seal, and we sprayed it on the pipe like halfway down it, slid that thing over it, sealed it right up. I don't have a problem with that Flex Seal. It's a good patch stuff. You know what else it's good for is patching like holes from bugs and animals and stuff too, like underneath siding. Like if you get a lot between your foundation and your house, and you're having your house is being resided, when you pull that bottom layer of siding off, squirt some Flex Seal in that line right there. It'll keep the mice and the ants and all that crap out. It's a good seal between the concrete and the wood start. Nice handshake, dude. That's cute. Too bad I didn't have one douche spot. That'd be kind of funny to hear that thing say that. One of these days I'll figure out how to do that. He sprayed it on the rotten plywood. That's not good. That ain't what you're supposed to do with it. Yeah, it's one of them things I don't do like most construction either. Everyone laughs at me when I put down a toilet because if I'm framing a house or remodeling and I know there's a toilet going in, I put two by tens butted together flat on the floor, and then I cut my 4 or 5 inch hole out for the vent, for the drain. Everyone's like, "Why do you do that?" And I said, "Go ahead, now mount your damn flange." Plumber comes along and says, "This is freaking awesome." I got solid because normally they're trying to screw to the plywood, and the plywood's cut because that little ring's too close. So the plywood's all splitting when they're trying to screw the screws to it. Then they're wondering why the toilet's rocking. Take two by tens, you put them together, you you cut a circle out of the middle of the two of them. You have the most solid toilet base ever. Then the plumbers can go and they can screw right down into that with the flange. Things all solid, it'll hold. It's actually not a bad idea to put under there. You know what else it would be a bad idea to put it under is underneath like a new tub install for future prevention. Shower enclosures, squirt some of that crap down just, a foot around the vent or the drain. Just to keep the plywood, like you say, from soaking into the plywood out and out later when it eventually leaks, because they always leak. We don't realize showers always leak. Always, always, always. Don't care. It will more than likely leak long before it gets ripped out. I think I'm gonna have to top off my rum and coke. So, how many of you guys are actually going to Murph still? I like sitting on something solid when I'm taking a solid. Yes, I do too, dude. I agree with you right there, Matt. Yeah, there's general construction practices, and then there's going that extra step. And sometimes that extra step isn't overkill. It's just common sense, intelligent. Just do it. I mean, what's a freaking scrap 2 by 10, 14.5 inches long cost you? Two of them. It's usually scraps, anyways. A couple of screws. Takes you about 10 minutes of your time. Worth every bit of it. Semi solid. What's the matter? Are you getting old? You having to take the Metamucil now? Are you doing the semi solids instead of the solids? Believe me, I know all about that. I am old. And I do use Metamucil. It's right here. I'm kidding. Oh, crap. When you get old, you're going to want that stuff. Spoonful with every meal. This always helps too. A little stronger now. I put more rum in it that time than I did Coke. Not that it's strong, because it's really not. I just wasn't ready for it. It's stronger. So, anyways. So, are you bringing your little... I want to see this damn... Somebody want to jump in here? So I should do. You guys should go jump in here. Copy. Abby Mac, you jump your ass in here because I want to see that Walter thing. And you know he ain't watching this because he's at Murph. Or heading his way to Murph. I want to see that bobblehead. I want to see it, man. I want to see it. I want to see that freaking thing. How's the new job? I know you were kind of not liking it there at first for a while. Robbie Mac. Not that it's a new job, the new owner / job / new people incorporated taking over. And the chat went straight to crap. It went down the toilet. Literally. Or about the toilet. I gotta clean up. Getting tired of this mess. I got some new power supplies. Put those in. I'm a little ticked off. I bought some really nice surge suppressor / power supply units. And they work really well. Really, really well. Problem is they're all these smart USB now. Wobblehead, bobblehead, copyright, LOL. Yeah, they're all the smart ones where they only feed a USB item a set amount based on what it draws when you first plug it in or turn it on. The thing about it is I don't know if you guys use your Raspberry Pis, but the latest update in Octoprint now has a low voltage warning on it. And if you use one of these power supplies with the USBs built in that are more than capable of supplying, they're all like 2.4 or 3 amp, 5 volt power supplies. But they do it on the draw at startup. Now, if you're running a Pi, when it first starts up, its draw is small. It doesn't actually start drawing juice until you go to start printing, from what I understand, and starts doing massive calculations. So the smart USB ports say, okay, it doesn't need 4.4 amps or 2.4 amps. It only needs 1.6 because that's all it's drawing at startup, and does for, I think it's averaged on whatever the first couple of minutes it's running. So it kicks it down, and then when it starts trying to actually draw, the smart USB won't feed it juice. So all these smart USB, if you ever see these power supplies that have these USBs built in them, and say smart USB will supply whatever it needs, so it'll charge, like iPads and your tablets and all of that stuff. I'll take heavy power. The only worse is the Amazon one there. What's the Amazon tablet? The Fire tablets. Those are serious juice hogs. They charge really fast. The thing was, I bought like this one right here. I don't know if you can see that thing down there. That white box. It's really nice. And it's got a power switch for the power, and it's got a power switch for the USB, and it's really nice. And there's cords in the way, but I love the thing. Other than it's got the smart USB. Oops. So with the smart USB, it's kicking it down to like 1.8 amps because it's thinking that's all it needs. Because that's all it draws at startup until I go to print. Then I go and hit print. If I have it plugged directly into that, the USB port, not through a thing, I'll all of a sudden, like a minute or two into printing, come up and Octoprint will come up with a low voltage warning and freak out. So I've had to plug it into I have an old iPad charger unit, which is a 3 amp charger for the older iPads, which were heavy, more drawing than the new ones are. So it supplies it, but the whole point is that I'd have a dedicated USB port for just the Pi. And that way I could power it on and off and run the printer without it if I didn't want to. And, it was just a convenience thing. But now I've got 4 USB ports on that thing that are useless because I can't plug anything into them. And I've got 3 different kinds. And actually, the one I have the TV, I just bought 3 of those ones I had the TV on. Because not so much for the USB ports, but the actual power strip, every socket has its own outlet. So I have my TV and the computer and my stereo and my cable box and all that plugged into it. Because I like to shut things off permanently at night. I don't leave things running. Yeah, 220. It'll charge in 2 minutes. No problem, dude. Charge right up. Go boom, but it'll charge right up. Yeah, it just kind of ticks me off because I bought that fancy. I mean, it's not that fancy, but I like it. It's nice. It's little. It's only a square. It's actually a nice power supply. It has 3 outlets for the regular power, and then 4 outlets for the USB. And can't use the USB ports. And the point was to have a separate power supply for the printer and a separate power supply for the Pi, so I could shut them on or off if I wanted to. And basically, when I'm fiddling with it, which I'm always doing. Now we have this stupid, both of them plugged into another switching unit. So the 4 USB ports are kind of pointless other than I should take that out because it's charged. Charging my shuffle. I wish Apple discontinued this again. I don't know if you guys know about this thing, but this is I don't know, what was it, the 3rd generation shuffle? Call it the tie clip shuffle. This was the best shuffle ever. And they actually went back to it for a while. They got rid of it and then went to the stick of gum style one, which everyone hated. And then they went back to this, and then they canceled the shuffles altogether. I don't even think, do they even make a shuffle anymore of any kind? I don't think they make any. They don't even make iPods anymore, do they? iPhone, watch, TV, music, iPod Touch, HomePod. Nope. I don't even make them anymore. That's not what I wanted, you dumbass. Search. I want another iPod shuffle. iPod Touch. Nope, no more shuffles. This thing is freaking awesome. I love this thing. When I'm out working in the yard, it's tiny. I clip it on in my collar. The earphones go into it. I loved it when I was mountain biking. That's what I actually originally got it for, was mountain biking, because you could clip it on here. It didn't catch on anything. It was light, small. This was the best music player Apple ever made. Don't want to have to do it to my phone. Even like they're like, oh, just use it with your phone and like Bluetooth earbuds, which work and they work great. Like when you're mountain biking out in the middle of nowhere for 4 or 5 hours, you don't want to be drawing the power off your phone to run Bluetooth headphones. Even to do the Bluetooth, you shut all that crap off because you want that battery to last in case you wipe out and do a face plant and have to call emergency services. And you're out in the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden your phone don't work because the battery's drawn out. Where with this thing, I could listen to music for, oh God, this thing would last 6, 8 hours on a charge. Doesn't anymore. It's getting old. I will never. I've had two of these. I had a green one, which I dropped in the water and shorted it all out. I actually got running again after that, but it was never right. The battery never held a charge for more than an hour or two. And this one. And I would like to get another one. Just because I want one in case this one craps out. I love this thing. This thing is awesome. For that kind of thing. It is the best sport / hang out and jogging. It's perfect. You load it up. They even came out with a bigger one, like a 4 GB. That's a 1 GB. 1 GB it's like 20 hours of music. The battery doesn't last that long. What do you need more music than that? I don't get it. Actually, you can hear, because I always use. I don't do the earbuds that go in your ear. I always do over the ear. These things. They have the ear clip, but this is actually over the ear. It's not in the ear, and you can still hear through it quite easily. And I don't play it loud. Remember, I think I still have the original earbuds that came with this, still in the wrapper. I think I have like 5 sets of Apple earbuds I've never used. I can't stand their earbuds. They don't stay in. I don't use any of those earbuds of any brands. I've tried like 4 or 5 different brands of Sony's and Logitech and, oh, what's the big one? Bones, or I don't know. They all suck. I don't want it sticking in my ear, because then it does, like you say, you make it so you can't hear the world around you. Which, if I want to do that, I'll get, noise canceling monster headphones. I don't want to cancel out the sounds. I just want to be able to hear the music. I don't care what anyone says. Having music when you're mountain biking, especially if you're by yourself, just gets you in a rhythm when you're riding. Makes riding easier. That sounds weird, but it's true. Makes you pedal differently, in a smoother, whatever, rhythm. Get you in a rhythm. Again, I don't listen to it loud. I just like it kind of there in the background. I love being out in the woods. I got to get back out. I have that fancy ass mountain bike sitting out in the garage. I think I've ridden it. Well, I've ridden it twice in the last 3 months, and that was on the road because it was too wet and snowy to go on the trails. And then I probably rode it like twice last summer, maybe 3 times. Yeah, too big, too heavy, no place to put it. You're on a mountain bike, dude. You don't want that crap. It's just too big and bulky, and the headphones work fine. That shuffle is the ultimate freaking answer. I love that thing. What if you could buy one elsewhere? Like leftovers. I know it was just last year they canceled it. Jesus. $30, $20, refurbished for $63. Are you freaking kidding me? $110 on eBay. 119 bucks. There. 100 bucks. I think I paid $49.95 for it brand new. New MP3 players. 80 bucks. 96 bucks. They're getting more for them now than they were when they were brand new. Why does Apple cancel stuff that actually works? I mean, I'm sure it wasn't the biggest seller in the world. I had one of these. That was the first one I had. I had that in green. And then they came out with this one. And then they came out with this stupid thing, which was a piece of crap. This stick, which was useless. There's no place to put it. It had no. This clip, these all have clips on them. You can clip it onto your collar, you clip it on, it was a tie clip, basically. It was great. You just clip it on your collar and you ran, and it was right there, and you could easily reach it on your collar and adjust it. I really like this black one. $179. I'll go without the music for $179. I'm sorry, it's just not worth it. That's the old second generation one. That's the long one. I actually like that one better. And the reason being I liked it better is because you had a place to put your thumb and press the clip. This one you keep hitting, when you go to clip it onto your collar, you keep hitting the fast forward button. Yep, every ounce does matter. I mean, I usually carry my phone when I'm hiking or riding or doing any of that stuff. I used to be an avid mountain climber, mountain hiker. I didn't do like ropes and all that. I just hiked in the mountains, but I used to do all the big mountains here in New England. I've climbed all the over 4,000 foot mountains here in Vermont, New Hampshire, every one of them. Anything over 4,000 feet, I've climbed it. Back, 25, 30 years ago. Not anytime recently. Not since I blew my knee out in the 90s. That was the end of that. I did it once, my knee gone, and I'm done. Can't do that no more. Cannot do that kind of backpacking anymore. I did go once since then that we did a base camp hiking, and I'd like to do that again. We went up to what the hell mountain did we go to? It was actually we came in from Maine back down into New Hampshire. The hell mountain was that? I remember the pond. We camped at Ely's Pond. It's a gnarly hike all day. You're stopping at the base of the mountain, and it's like a 60-degree incline pretty much all day. It takes you like 10 hours to get to the lake. And the lake's on the other side of the mountain. You basically crest the mountain and come back down and you're at Ely's Lake. But oh my God, the lake is so pristine and it's beautiful, and it's like one of those endless ponds you see like on skyscrapers in New York City kind of thing. Because the pond goes out and then it drops in a little mini waterfall, and you're just staring at all the mountain range going up, into northern New Hampshire, Vermont, and Canada. Freaking gorgeous. That's where I went face to face with a moose. We actually started from there one time. I've been there twice now. One time we just went up, hung out for the weekend, and then came back down. And then one time we started there and went hiking out to Twin Peaks and then came back to there. Actually, we didn't go back there. We went out to Twin Peaks and then hiked down to Twin Peaks. We did a smart thing. We had one of us. We went up with 3 cars. We dropped one at Twin Peaks. We dropped one at Franconia Notch, and then I drove in the van camper um, to the mountain. Now I can't remember the name of the mountain. It's not even that big of a mountain. It's only like a 3,500. It's not even a 4,000 plus. Um, damn. Doesn't even amount. Anyways, um, that way we could hike depending on the weather to one of the other cars, and then you drive back. I had a camper back then, a little slide-in pickup truck. So we run around New Hampshire and all around the White Mountains, dropping cars depending on the weather, because you can watch weather all you want up there. It's still unpredictable when you get up into the mountain itself. And that way, depending on the weather, how we felt, we could go to whatever car we felt like going to. We ended up at Twin Peaks. It was like 3 4 days camping. That was one of the cool ones too, because not only is that the time I met the moose face to face, like literally this close. I was hiking like this, looking down, and I looked up, and there's this moose staring at me. He's literally like less than 5 feet away, and he's like big, staring down at me, and I'm like, "Are you gonna trample me, dude?" But yeah, that and like 2 days later after leaving the lake and seeing the moose, was the one time we went to sleep. It was like 50 degrees. We camped on top of a mountain. I think it was Guyot. Pretty sure it was Guyot. Um, we didn't even stay at the shelter because it was gorgeous, like 50 degrees out when we went to bed. And this wicked moisture storm came through. When I say a moisture storm, it's not really rain, not snow. It's basically the cloud is just flowing over you because you're so high. And we woke up and you look at one side of the trees and they're all green. And you turn around and do a 180, everything's white. Because as the clouds came through the mountains, left the moisture, it only hit on the front side of all the trees. It didn't hit on the back side. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Well, that was the same time we got up above the mountains too on a full moon. I wish I had cell phones back then, boy. That was in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. It was in the 80s. We It rained for like 3 days. We got up to Guyot. It was Guyot, now that I think about it, because we went back down to the shelter. We went down to the Guyot shelter and we were stuck there. And it was just this miserable, drizzly rain for like 3 days. One night, about 1 o'clock in the morning, one of the guys with me woke me up and said, "Dude, let's go up to the summit." I'm like, dude, it's like dripping and miserable out. It's not really raining, but it's got that like dew dripping off the trees and it's just wet. And he goes, "Come on, it's warm, it's nice. Who cares if we get a little wet? We're camping. We got dry clothes." It's like, all right. So we woke up the other dude that was with us. It was just the three of us in the shelter, no one else was there. We hiked up to the top, and like literally then 50 feet of the crest of Guyot Mountain, we broke through the clouds, and it was a full moon. And below us was like this bed of clouds, all silvery, and all the big mountains sticking up out of it. It was like something out of a fantasy book or something. There's all these mountains just floating in this sea of cloud. It's just the coolest thing I'd ever seen. It was very, very cool. Bluetooth speakers. What Bluetooth speakers are you trying to? Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, but that's the other thing is when I'm on a trail, I don't want to blast the area out around me. I want my music to be for me and not anybody else or anything else. Or I don't like speakers on bikes and hiking and stuff like that. I like it. I like it for me, and that way I can turn it off because I like nature. I like seeing the squirrels and the chipmunks and the raccoons and the black bears and the moose, and you have music like that playing all the time. They're all going to run away before you ever get to them. You'll hear that long before you get to them, so you'll never see them. I get into all that crap. Well, I used to be a big nature freak. I still am. I like the woods. I hate cities. Cities are bad. Hawks. Nah, I'm not so much a tree hugger. I mean, I'm all for progress and modernization, but I'm also not stupid either. I'm not a. Let's knock it all down and put a big city up, and yeah, everything is hunky dory, and God will save us all, no matter what we do to the earth. Yeah, right. That's why the last time mankind screwed it all up, he flooded the whole earth. There you go. To cleanse all the crap. And I'm sure they didn't do half as much as we've done in modern times. So think about that. But anyway, not going to get into that crap. It is what it is. I'm not a big tree hugger, but I definitely like nature. I prefer nature over cities any day of the week. I like clean, fresh air and quiet and just cool. I mean, it's just nature's freaking cool, man. What the weird ass animals you see and crap. Moose, that freaked me out. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen moose on the nature channels and all that. You all look at them and go, "Yeah, it's a big animal. It's like a horse." No, much bigger than a horse. Much bigger than a horse. They dwarf a horse. They're very large. Very large. If he wanted to trample me, I really wouldn't have had an argument in it at all. I would have lost that war. Dong. Moose are big. The ultimate watchathon this week. Game of Thrones. Catch up on Game of Thrones before, was it next week it starts up again or the week after? Billions. I liked Billions the first season or two, and then it just got out of hand stupid. Barry was cute for the first two or three shows, and then I got killed on that too. Yeah, it's all garbage. Happy started last night. I don't know if you guys watched Happy. You ever seen Happy? On I don't know if it's FX or Comedy Central or one of those. That is a hilarious show. It's kind of hard to describe because it's a cartoon little unicorn that flies around, but it's all blood and guts, almost as bad as Kill Bill movies. Like a little happy unicorn named Happy. What's up, Red Light? So yeah, that's a decent show. It just started again. I keep trying to watch it and get distracted. And it's been an hour. Are you going to MRRF, Red Light? Where the hell do you even live? I don't even know where you live. Whereabouts do you live there, Red Light? Where do you all live? I know where Jake lives. Maddie Jake. Tell me his coolness. The Hoosier. Where the hell is Hoosiers? Midwest somewhere. I've seen the stupid movie. I've seen a couple, isn't there? A couple, three movies about them in basketball. I mean, there's Hoosiers, which that's old. It's 80s, 90s now, ain't it? That getting old. There was another one. The one with Samuel L. Jackson's coach, isn't that one of them involved with them somehow? I can't remember. Getting too old and losing my mind. Going brain dead. Uh, so anyway, who else is going to Murph? Probably Mac. I know is going. When did he get on here, dude? And show us the bobblehead. I want to see the bobblehead. Better take videos of the bobblehead. Especially when you show it to Walter himself. I was going to send him mine, but I had totally spaced it. It's not finished. The arms aren't done. I never got around to finish it. One of these days I'll actually finish it. It's gotten sidelined too many times. It's about time I just finish it. Gotta get this finished so I can actually use my saw. I may just buy the handle because this is taking too long. Even this, I printed this quick on that thing. And it was still like 5.5, 6 hours. And it's really rough. And that's at like a 2.4 layer height or 2.6 layer height. I think I did it at with the 0.6 nozzle. And it's already splitting apart. And to get the trigger to fit is really hard, and it's all press fit. Excuse me, Jesus. It's all press fit. I don't know. I ain't gonna give up on it, I guess. I'll keep trying. Gotta keep trying. It's only $12. 25 bucks. $12 per side of the handle. Don't know if it's worth it. The saw is pretty beat up and it's old, but it works so well. I mean, it was still working better than most new ones. It was such a good saw. I just can't afford a new one. Kind of want a new window. Makita's come out with their old bed style, but I hear the actual saw isn't all that great. They made it kind of cheap and plasticky. It's not very accurate. I don't know if you guys know anything about sliding chop boxes, but the king of all sliding chop boxes was the original Makita 1013. If you can get your hands on a 1013 Makita from like the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, get it and rebuild it and put it together. Keep it. There's nothing more accurate, smoother, better. It's a freaking ton. The thing weighs a ton. The bed on it is huge. And that's what made it so good. The whole pivot head and everything was huge. The bed is huge. You could put a freaking 2x12 on it. It would lay flat. You didn't have it wobbling around. Oh, God, that was a great saw. It was accurate as hell. And almost no flex to it at all. It was a great saw. I wish I'd never gotten rid of it. The only saw I like better than my Hitachi. And I've had a few in between. And I had a DeWalt at work. It wasn't mine, but it was the boss's. The DeWalt actually isn't bad. And it's hard for me to say that because I'm not a DeWalt fan. But DeWalt wasn't bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. '80s tool teardown. You know what's cool to watch? There's a guy here on YouTube that does just like rehab of really old everything's. He's done like old sawzalls and saws, and he just finds these things. You look at him, you're like, holy crap, you're gonna put that thing back together. And he cleans them all up and he buffs them and he tries not to replace anything. Anything he can fix, he fixes. Right down to the brushes. He'll grind brushes and electric motors and stuff. Oh God, I can't remember what the hell it is. I'll have to look now. What the hell was it? Um, tool rehab or tool revival, or he doesn't do just tools. He does all kinds of stuff, but it's mostly tools. Of course, now I'll never find it. We tool teardown. Is that it? I don't think that's it. This guy does. Every once in a while, I catch one of his videos, and it's amazing the old crap this guy restores. Like stuff you'd be like, no way is he ever gonna get that thing to work again. I mean, some of it's just stupid stuff like an old hand plane or something. It might be tool rehab. I don't know if that's it though. No, he just tears them down and tells you if they're good or bad. This guy was a total rebuilder. Is this him, Old Smith? Just rebuilt everything. This isn't the same guy, but it's a similar thing. But anyway, I catch him every once in a while. I don't know. I can't remember what his name is, but totally, he's done old circular saws, like the old aluminum case, no plastic ones that used to scare us in the building trades because you'd pick it up and you plug it in and you pull the trigger and you're not sure if you're gonna get zapped or not. Had a couple of them, the old Black and Deckers, the original skill saws. Those things are sweet. They were very, very nice. Very nice. Indiana. That's it. Why is it showing up later? That's weird. Anyway, I think I'm gonna kill it. Tool restoration. Restore. Antique restoration. That might be the guy. Well, there's a lot of copycats now, and I'm doing the same thing because should have freaking bookmarked him, but now I can't remember. He did everything. I mean, everything and anything. You just find junk in the garbage and restore it. Who is the guy? No, this guy does the Volkswagens. This is a cool one though. You guys might like this guy. We found this like 40 or 50-year old VW Bug bus and fired it up. It's like literally you can like put your finger through parts of it. It's really rod. You got it all running again. I would love an old Bug. Just drive around the country. A friend of mine did that. My friends up in Vermont. I used to go hiking a lot with. He two of them bought a property and were getting ready to build the house. Before they built the house, they bought a VW Westfalia thing van. And they said before we settle down, they just got married. They've been married like 3 years. They said, I'm going to tour the country. So they bought the Westfalia. They bought the property in Vermont, put in the foundation, capped the foundation so it wouldn't, get water in there and crack and do all kinds of crap. We put a cap on it for them. And they bought the van, and they took a year, and they just drove around the country. And a Westfall VW, just the two of them. Back when they were, God, they must have been 25, 26, the two of them. When they got married. Came back, built the house, had kids. Been stuck in Vermont ever since. Just been stuck. What's going on in Twitterville? Oh, did you guys see my poll on Twitter? You gotta go do the poll on Twitter, man. What should be, I should say, not what is, but what should be the official food, the official international food of 3D printing? Is it pizza, tacos, or stroopwafels, or something else? And believe it or not, I think stroopwafels is winning right now, which I find kind of funny. Holy crap, that's nice, dude. Holy crap, that's actually really nice. My friend Brian, who's got just got into 3D printing, he might even be here. Call him Brian. It's John. I always call him Brian because I know so many Johns. John Brian. John. He just, I sent him a whole bunch of sample filaments and I sent him some of that copper CC3D that I use. And he just did a benchy out of it. Man, that looks better than any benchy I printed. It looks great. Thought the thermal pads would hold the glass in place, but it wasn't sticking to the glass. Hoping the clips would help. You can stick. What if not? It's a waste. Yeah, I heard about the thermal pads. They're not great. And they don't hold it close to the glass. Yeah, they don't help because they actually hold the glass up off the aluminum. Another day. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Good old Filament Frenzy printed a frickin' snake out of some kind of multicolor fluorescent filament. He's just got a weird blue light shining on it. Iridescent, is that the word I'm looking for? Must be getting closer or passing the Amish. Murph. I wish I should have found a way to go. Oh my. Anyway. So I'm gonna kill it in about 10 minutes. If any of you even give a crap, because you're probably not even listening or watching, because I'm just babbling, which is nothing unusual. The hell are you printing now? Who's printing something? Jake's always printing something freaking amazing. He just sits there in the background, acts like he doesn't know what he's doing, and then posts some picture on Twitter of something that looks like it got freaking forged, not 3D printed. Oh, I think I'm going to rewire this thing tomorrow. I don't like that crappy wire covering. I bought some fancy orange wire cover. I'm gonna restring everything proper. Like, I think that's tomorrow's project. Either that or just do leaves in the house. I'm gonna get me like a backdrop. That's what I need. Anybody know where I can get a cheap green screen? When I could like hang from the ceiling, put like a little track up there and hang from the ceiling, put it behind me. You guys don't have to see my bed. Not that you really see it, because I try and hide it with my chair if you haven't noticed. I mean, that's the big deal, but it's just a little weird. If I could put a green screen back there, then I could put all kinds of cool stuff. I could start using OBS. Put all kinds of weird crap on there. So who's printing something? Anybody printing anything? Y'all just packing for Murph. Scumbags going to Murph. Mac Sales, who remembers this? Introducing the Mac. Hello. I remember that. I had one of those. One caught, big deal. Yeah, multiple part spaceship. That looks pretty cool. I'm looking at Twitter. Anyway, 10 minutes 9. Gonna kill it. Have fun, guys. Whoever's heading to Murph, enjoy yourself, you scumbags. Can't go, and I'm all pissed off and jealous. I really did want to go to. Boy, did I want to go. But that's life. Think positive. Next year, I'm going to Earth for sure. The only fans are butts. I'm going to start setting that all up now. Better time of the year, too, for it. Later in the year. We should all get together and go. You want to go to Jake? Are you still here? Are you going to go to Earth? Earth. I'd like to get a bunch of people and go down, like meet somewhere. I got no problems with heading over to Long Island and then driving down. Matter of fact, if I was going to go again, I'd probably do that. It's faster to drive down Long Island than it is through Connecticut. I can just pop the ferry across to Long Island and then drive over. Because Connecticut's even worse than the LIE. I know that's hard to believe, but it is. Oh, the LIE is you getting close to New York sucks too. You get close to the city. That would be cool if like a bunch of us went. I'm not displaying. I'm probably gonna go. I might go for 2 days, but it'll just be the 2 days. It won't be. I'm not displaying. I'm not going Friday and setting up crap, and I'm just going and being a spectator this time. Well, if I keep designing stuff, because I'm thinking I'm gonna start. I'm thinking I'm gonna put this on Colts and charge a couple bucks for it. See if I can start recovering some money, and I'd like to get enough money to get um start paying for a ZBrush. Get a copy of ZBrush instead of using ZBrush Core. Get a few other pieces of better equipment. If I can actually get a couple of bucks for some of these models, I can do better models and spend more time on them. This is taking ridiculously long, but that's partially me just being lazy. But anyway, all right, I'm out of here, guys. I'm gonna shut it down. It's 5 of. I'm gonna go get another something to drink and then watch some BooTube and then crash out. I'm just babbling now, anyways. Is there anyone even left here? says there's a whole 6 people still watching. What are you guys? Useless? Have no lives? I'm a jerk. Anyway, I'm off. Killing it. Later, guys. Have a wonderful evening. End stream.